When I woke up this morning, the water that was in my boat was completely frozen solid. Not just a little thin layer of ice over the top, I mean like literally an 1.5 inches thick of ice. But I'm going to ignore that. But I've already kind of mentally prepared to deal with the wind this evening. Now I have about 3 hours to fish, which isn't a huge amount of time, but it should be enough time for me to catch a few fish. Now I'm fishing a pond, but at this pond there's a 60-foot hole in the middle. So although there's not a lot of weeds at this pond to keep the water warm, I'm hoping with that 60-foot depth that this smaller pond is gonna be slightly warmer than if I went to another pond. And I think I'm gonna start out with an underspin. This is a Kitech Easy Shiner on a 1/4 ounce underspin. And then I also have a Megabass Vision 110 Plus one here. Now all 3 of the baits I brought today are pretty good cold water baits, but the reason I decided to throw this underspin on is because there's some bright blue skies today and some wind. So I'm hoping with this kind of extra little added flash, little extra added vibration, that might trigger a couple more bites. But if you guys don't want to throw an underspin, put a Kitech on a ball head, and that is also a great cold water bait. I think I'm gonna do to help me with the wind is just kind of beach my boat on shore and then cast out that way. That way I can fish a little bit slower. If the wind is just pushing my boat all over the place, I don't think I'm gonna really have a chance to fish as slow as I want. To really fish as slow as I want to. But I'm gonna start off by fishing this point right here. You almost can tell already that it drops off here, and it drops all the way off into about 30 feet in the middle here. I'm gonna cast out this underspin and let it sink all the way to the bottom. I'm just gonna be hopping it along the bottom. Went right into a rock. Seriously? Really, dude? That's a nice one. I switched over to the jerkbait just because the underspin got snagged second cast and I didn't want to retie. Oh my goodness, this is a really nice smallmouth. Really nice smallmouth. Man, he just spit it right before I netted him. But this is a solid smallmouth to start it off. Look at the size of this one. Wow. What a solid smallmouth on the jerkbait. I'm sorry I didn't really keep you guys up to date on switching my lures. I was kind of in a grumpy mood when I snapped off my underspin. Not a bad smallmouth to start off. All right, you're free to go. Wow, I don't even want to stick my hand in that water. And the jerkbait I'm starting off with is a Megabass Vision 110 plus one. And the plus one, all that means is gonna dive down slightly deeper than a normal Vision 110. The wind here is absolutely insane, but it might actually help me, I think. Believe it or not. It might be impossible to stay in the same spot, but if I can find the fish, I think I'll be pretty good. But the reason I started off where I did is because off of this left side here, this bank, it drops off into about 30 feet here off into my right, and rather quickly as well. So I'm casting my jerkbait, which dives about 10 feet into about 20 feet of water right along this drop off here. Now I'm fishing some super clear water. I mean, I can see 15 feet down to the bottom. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do real quick is tie on another underspin. But I don't have any more 1/4 ounce underspins. I only have a 3/4 ounce underspin, but with the wind and how deep I'm fishing, I think that'll be okay. I'm gonna be throwing a 4-inch Kitech Easy Shiner on it, just because it's the only swim bait I brought with me. But I think it should be good. Hopefully. All right. Hey. There's like a weasel down there on the bank. All right, so I found this cove that's out of the wind, and that is good for me because now I can warm up, but I don't know if that's gonna be good for the fishing because this time of the year, the bass, largemouth and smallmouth, have moved out of these back coves and kind of into deeper water in the main portion of the pond or lake. What the heck? There we go. Nice smallmouth on the underspin. My drag was ridiculously loose. I'm super lucky I got this smallmouth in. Look, see that? It just popped right out. Not a bad 2.5 pounder here on the underspin. But like I said, man, am I lucky to get this fish in. I'll take it though. Another nice fish. Cool. All right, I'm actually gonna switch up from the underspin just for a little bit. And I'm gonna throw back the jerk. Got it. Nice one too. Nice one too. If you gotta run, ooh. If you gotta run, it's all good. What is that? Big largie. Big, look how he ate that. I'm just gonna flip him. No, I'm not. Oh my goodness, what a nice largemouth. Look how he ate that thing. I think he wanted the jerkbait. I'm not totally sure. Okay. Let's do this guy a favor. There are some hungry smallmouth. Can't believe I just said smallmouth. Hungry largemouth. Not too shabby. Oh, and look, it's snowing out right now. It's literally snowing right now. Can't say I'm that surprised though with how cold it is. Okay, so I just had to switch up cameras. Hopefully this camera will work fine. Alright, I'm gonna switch back over to the underspin for a little bit. Alright, switching back up to the jerk. Got him. T-boned it. Nice. I'll take that out of your forehead for you, bud. Not the biggest fish today, but not a bad one. A largie, not a bad one. about a pounder here. Oh my goodness, I don't even want to touch those fish. So cold. Got one. Yes. I felt them hit it. Felt them hit it. Feels really big. Feels really big. Please be a big smallie. It looks like a big largemouth. It's a big old largemouth. Not a bad largemouth. Come here. Barely had that front hook in him. What a solid largemouth right here. Wow. That is cool. All right, another solid fish. Pushing 4 pound smallmouth. Smallmouth, I keep doing that. Largemouth. But we'll just let him go real quick. Alright, so that is it for this evening, and overall I think I had a pretty good day considering how late it is in the season, and I caught some nice fish on the Megabass Vision 110 Plus one. And the color I used today was GLX Cotton Wagasaki, and this bait is a 1/2 ounce, and this bait will dive all the way down to 12 feet depending on what line you're using. I was using some heavier line today, so I was not getting my bait down to that 12-foot range, maybe only about 8 or 9 feet. A Megabass Vision 110 is my favorite jerkbait by far. It's really not even close with any other jerkbaits. I just love the realistic look and action of this bait when it's underneath the water. I love all the different colors that it comes in. Although it is $25, I think with all the components and the weight transfer system and the colors, it's really worth it. A jerkbait is something I'm gonna have tied on for the rest of the year, and I only have about maybe 3 or 4 more weeks of open water, and then I'm gonna be ice fishing. But that is it for this evening. Thank you guys so much for watching. I come out with videos every single week. Peace.